All right, you know what we say, 5 minutes a day over time will make us dangerous. I'm going to go a different way today, so I'm going to kind of go through the stuff real quick that I normally do. I want to show you a video I thought was pretty interesting. Rich and poor alike are worried about the income gap. I don't really think the rich are worried too much about that, but we'll see what they're saying. The gap between executive salaries and the wages of their average employees is seen as growing around the world. This is a gap. As workers believe CEOs care more about getting wealthier than about income inequality, which I think is the truth. So they had some surveys. Over 25,000 people across 25 countries were surveyed, and they stated that they found that 76% of the public and the C-suite agreed that the gap between CEO salaries and salaries of average wage workers is growing, which that didn't surprise me. So that's pretty much what that's saying. There's a concern that the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. So that's pretty much what this article is talking about. You can kind of read through that on your own. I'm going to go into the pre-market so I can get to this video I want to show you. I just thought it was an interesting concept. Let's go here to pre-markets, see what's up there. All right, so S&P is up. It's still below 2,000. Last week it was over 2,000, so it's up about 2%. The Dow is up, and Nasdaq's up. Russell looks like it's a split. Europe looks like it's doing okay. Asia Pacific is kind of down a little bit. Currencies, pretty close to a split. U.S. Treasuries, sectors, and indices haven't even been reported yet in the pre-market. So that's where we are with that. Let me go into my stock portfolio. Now, you know, yesterday I was doing a double up move, so I'm going to refresh this with the it was the funniest thing, and I'll talk about this more tomorrow. But when I looked at the Adidas, it was so funny because that was actually not Adidas. The ADS was not Adidas, and I'll talk about that more tomorrow. So I feel like an idiot after I researched that. So I will be buying Adidas tomorrow, and you'll see me execute that live trade. But I'm already up by doing this double approach, $107. I lost almost $988. So now I'm up, 107, and I need that to get up to about 261 to be able to double the amount that I lost. So we'll keep our eyes on that. Let me go to this video about this rich get richer and the poor get poorer mentality, and just want you to hear a little bit about this, and then I'm pretty much done.
Roger Bannister in that 4-minute mile, within 2 years, 37 people ran a 4-minute mile. Wow. When no one in history had ever done it. Now, here's how it works. The potential for anybody getting your product is extraordinary. They can do what you've done as much, more or less. They can do whatever they want to do. The potential's there. The market's proven that. Whether or not they tap into that potential has a lot to do with what action they take, which is the question you came to me with, right? Like, God, they have this potential, but they're not taking action. And we all know that the action they take is going to determine the results they get. That's pretty obvious. So most people have a belief about what their real potential is no matter what you tell them. And that affects how much action they take. And of course that affects the result. And then ironically, that result reinforces their belief. And then that belief affects it. So I'll give you an example. Let's say a person has unlimited potential, we all agree. But they take little action, little results. Why? Because they have to start with a problem with their belief. They don't believe it's really going to happen for me. Maybe for Frank Kearns because he's got the cool hair and stuff, or maybe it's for you because you're so driven, but it's not me. Maybe Tony Robbins because he's a freak, got these big teeth. Whatever their thought process is, right? They got this thing, right? But what happens is, if you believe that there's very little potential, how much action are you going to take? Nothing, little. And when you take little potential with a little action, what kind of results do you get? Lousy little results. And when you get little results, what does that do to your belief? You go, see, I told you this was a waste of time, told you this wouldn't work. And then what happens? You tap even less potential. You take even less action. You get even worse results, and your belief gets even weaker. And this sucker feeds on itself until you are in a downward spiral.
It's poisonous.
It's poisonous and it's self-fulfilling. Now, what if something could happen that could come along and fill you with a sense of absolute certainty? Not like I believe, but mean where you know. In you guys' case, mine as well, we knew because we had to. Because we burned the boats. There was no other option. We had to find a way. We weren't going to live that way. We all did it in different ways and for different reasons, but in essence, that was it. If you get yourself in a state of certainty that this is going to work, I'm going to find the way, and if this doesn't work, I will make the way, then you tap a lot more potential. And when you're certain in your potential, you take massive action. When you take massive action, you really believe in something, you get great results. When you get great results, your brain goes, see, I told you I was a stud. I told you this thing would work out. Now you're even stronger. You tap more potential, take greater action, greater results. That's how you went from $300 in a week to $2,500 in 5 days to $100,000 in a month to $1 million in a day. Same thing with you. And we get momentum. That's why the rich get richer and the poor get poorer.
I thought that was an interesting concept. That's all I got. Be blessed. Have a great day.